What is going on, guys? I'm Mr. 486, and today I want to share with you all my tips and tricks for sniping. And these tips and tricks, they go for just about any game with a sniper rifle in them. Whether it be Destiny, Call of Duty, GTA, Halo, anything with a sniper rifle that has PvP action. Now, I'm just going to be showing Destiny gameplay because that's the game I play the most, and it's the game where I'm having the most trouble sniping in. Whereas in Halo, I can snapshot you from across the map. So again, these are tips and tricks that I'm willing to share with you all, and you can also get these tips and tricks from just about anybody because anybody knows how to do them. It's all about how you utilize them. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you all what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about drag scoping, map awareness, crosshair placement, and the sensitivity of your controller, basically how fast or slow you look. And I know a lot of people are going to argue that the sensitivity makes no or to little difference, when really it makes a huge difference, and I want to talk more about that later. But first, I really want to talk about the map awareness and the crosshair placement, because in my opinion, those two are the biggest keys to success with sniping. And I say this because if you can get these two down, the rest of it is cake. The rest of it is muscle memory and damn near everything. Like, as you can see here, I'm just changing my look sensitivity. I don't know why. I was trying different ones out, but I'm going back to 4. 4 is my favorite, and it's the one I'm best with. But if you take a look here, you can see that I get 2 quick headshots, even though the other 2 were already looking at me with snipers, but they were probably aiming for the guy in front of me, not the guy in the back, aka me. But because I knew exactly where to aim, aka aiming down and just a little bit to the strafe, to the right end or the left, and I can easily tell where cover is just simply for the both of us. Not even just for them, but for me too. I use their cover as an advantage for me. That's map awareness and putting my crosshairs perfectly. Kinda like in this one. As you can see, I'm using my cover and I was strafing to the right and the left to make sure I didn't get my ass handed to me. The same thing goes for here as well. The only difference here is I panicked. I saw way too many people and I instantly gave in to my shit-tastic gut feeling saying that I'm gonna get wrecked. So I went for body shots and just quick, easy kills. Granted, I got 2 of them, but it wasn't the best method to be using. You always want to stay calm no matter what. If you panic like I did, you're not going to get that many kills. I've seen people, friends of mine even, that I do trials with, he'll clutch it with a sniper rifle with like 30 seconds left before we go into overtime and have to cap the zone. He will literally get all 3 kills because he stayed calm. I tend to panic because I'm not used to sniping. I'm more of a shotgun kind of guy. But I've been getting the hang of it, and I've been enjoying it way too much. I just really need to get used to staying calm and having patience. As you know, playing a hunter with blink and shotgunning, blink shotgunning is kind of the way to go for the most part. But I never really rush in, I always wait for them to come to me, and I just use blink to my advantage. But patience is a virtue that I don't really have because, again, I just use a shotgun. I don't really wait for people to poke their head out, but I should do it more often because of situations like this. I knew I had a limited time before the bubble ran out. I just didn't know somebody was going to take it out for me. And as you can see, I'm about to get a real, not good, but decent headshot. Thank God I was on a golden gun and I got him before he got me, but that's what patience gets you. But while I'm on the topic of patience, please, for the love of God, do not hard scope. I can't tell you how many times I have killed somebody that has hard scope. And I don't hard scope simply because I play Halo 5 and radar is important in damn near any game. And again, that has to do with the map awareness. It's key to be aware no matter what you're doing, where you're at, where you're looking. As long as you know your surroundings, you'll be good to go. But when you hard scope, I can easily come up to you and just blow your head off. And I say this because there have been multiple times in trials where one person's been alive and they've hard scoped and I've just snuck up behind them and shotgunned them in the back of the head. There was one time where a guy literally just scoped straight down a hallway and I was crouched the entire time underneath of his scope, just barely out of sight, got straight up to him to the point where I was sucking his dick and then blew a hole through his chest. and that's what hard scoping gets you. Now, I can't say that this is going to happen to everybody, but it's more than likely going to happen to some of you. But let's take a minute and talk about the sensitivity of your controller. I keep my sensitivity at 4, simply because that's what I like it at the most. It's default, basically. It's like that with Halo, whether it be Halo Reach, Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo 3, 4 is default. And when it comes to Destiny, it makes you choose your own sensitivity at the very beginning, and I chose 4 right off the bat because it was the most comfortable for me. But not everybody is going to have the same comfort level, so everybody is going to have a different sensitivity level. I have spent some time playing with the sensitivities, going from 3 to about 6, and honestly, I keep going back to 4. 4 seems to be what I'm most comfortable with, and again, it's all on your personal preference, okay? A lot of people I know play on 4 as well, but I know about 3 or 4 people that mix it up. I know 2 people that play on 7, and they're mostly shotgunners, so it doesn't really affect them all too much, but at the same time, 7 is way too much for me to handle. So all I can really tell you guys is to find a sensitivity that you're comfortable with. Spend about a week or 2 feeling it out, okay? Go one at a time, higher or lower. Again, lower sensitivities tend to be the best for sniping at a longer range. That way you're not overshooting somebody too far to the left or too far to the right, or even going over their heads. The slightest little nudge can make a difference. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a sensibility for your control. Don't immediately just go in and be like, oh, I need to shoot people faster. Let me choose 7. That's not how it works. Again, I've seen a lot of people use 7 when they're shotgunning, not necessarily when they're sniping. Mostly because you get to turn around faster, you get to look faster, and most people that shotgun are always in somebody else's face. They're always putting their ass on the line, and they're always trying to get kills fast. So you're going to want a higher sensibility when you're trying to do things faster other than sniping, because sniping requires a lot of accuracy, and honestly I don't think anybody in this game has enough aimbot just to do a 360 no scope, guys. Save that shit for Call of Duty. That shit does not belong in Destiny at all. And honestly, when it comes to choosing a sniper rifle, you can always go for a sniper that's got a ton of aim assist or a little aim assist. Everybody's preference on snipers is different, and honestly, you can again choose a gun with stability perks, whether it be hot swap or hot swap or anything like that. They're not necessarily going to make a difference. I mean, sometimes they do. Aim assist is always important, and it does help a lot. But you always want to choose a gun or a sniper rifle that you're going to be comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with it, you can't do anything with it. My favorite gun of all time for sniping would have to be her Benevolence. Year 1. That thing was a beast. And honestly, the 1,000-yard stare feels so much similar to it that I love it too. Again, perks do make a difference, but not enough to where you're going to want to pick a gun simply off the perks alone. If you're not comfortable with the gun, I don't want to tell you to go and force yourself to be, but at the same time, that might help. If you know the gun is good and you know you can do some serious work with it, yet you're kind of having trouble with it, go ahead, force yourself to use it, get the hang of it. It does help in the long run, but you gotta have the patience to work with it. But this brings me to the end of my video. I have no more tips or tricks to share. If you did enjoy the video, if it helped you at all, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, stay tuned to the very end of the video to see a sick ass no scope that I scored myself. I have to brag, I really do. I don't get many of these, but again, thank you all for watching. I'm Mr. Fool86, and I will catch you all next time.
Heavy ammo available. Charging the spark.